What's up, guys? Welcome to Infused. If you watch this show, you know that we're all about normalizing cannabis into everyday life. We're about taking the stereotypes of cannabis and squashing them. Maybe the most interesting segment of this industry is the combination between exercise, fitness, and cannabis. You may be surprised to find out that there's already a lot of professional athletes that are using this on a regular basis. Dana White, the president of the UFC, estimates that 80% of fighters are consuming cannabis. It begs the question why they test for cannabis at all. It's also estimated that 75 to 80% of NBA players, professional basketball players, also consume cannabis. That's a really high number. It also begs the question, if you live in a state, if your team is in a state in Colorado or California where cannabis is legal, shouldn't the state law trump the policy of the organization? What is the NBA holding on to? It's also estimated that 50% of NFL players use cannabis, which seems strikingly low considering what we know about pain management and the offset of CTE symptoms. It seems to me that the stigma around the NFL being America's game has made it so most people don't want to talk about cannabis. Again, what are they holding on to? But stats are stats. I had to see this for myself. So I went out to the 420 games to see some people consuming and working out.
We are in San Francisco at the 420 games. If you don't know what the 420 games is, it's where legal, responsible cannabis consumers come to exercise. They do a race to start the day, which unsurprisingly is 4.2 miles, 4.20 miles. And then they wind up into a beer garden and some other really fun activities, speakers, and it's all about normalizing the idea of cannabis into exercise and really into life more broadly. It's to crush the stereotype that we're stoners and we're lazy, we're out here. It's 8:30 in the morning, which is particularly early for me.
.420 game, self-explanatory. Avid fitness fan, stoner, medical cannabis, regular cannabis, got all kind of benefits people don't even know about. So I'm out here just getting it.
Did you consume anything before you came here today?
So I just have my little Awake pen from Alchemy, perfect for the morning.
Does it really wake you up?
Actually, yeah, a little bit. It's kind of like a mild sativa. It's pretty mellow.
Has there been any cannabis-related incidents, injuries today yet?
That's a great question, and I think you and I both know, no, there haven't been any cannabis-related injuries.
So did you have some cannabis beforehand?
Today I had a 2-to-1 CBD, the Charlotte's Web specifically, but I usually go with more of a sativa before a run. Had a little bit of cannabis butter.
Product's called Apothecana. It's the trusted name in organic topicals.
So when somebody just finishes the race like they just did, how should they use this? What can they expect?
You can self-massage and yourself and knock out your pain. So when you want to cool down from a race, you would do something like I'm about to do to you, which is take this spray and spray it directly on the area that's giving you pain.
Feel a little bit like a overheated koala.
Nice.
A little bit at the moment.
We make the products for everyday use and for people to really have something in topicals they can knock out pain and not get high.
Can you tell us about Moonman's Mistress a little bit?
Moonman's Mistress is a paleo-centric edible company. We're all about using full-spectrum cannabis and whole foods to heal your body.
Should somebody eat it before they start the race, though?
They can, depending on how they like to activate. They can do it after, before, during. We have ultra marathon runners that actually activate during their 50K races.
Moonman turned me on to CBD products in February of this year, and I haven't looked back. I've never been healthier, I've never slept better, and never had fewer aches and pains. And I was a little skeptical at first, but now I love to support this community. It's incredible people.
And why were you skeptical at first?
I come from a family of Western medicine. Everyone in my family is a Western doctor, and that's what I grew up believing. Nothing wrong with it. I think that actually there's a great compliment. I'm a cancer survivor myself, so being able to run and do this is such an honor, and being able to use cannabis to heal has been tremendous.
And how does it help you during the race?
It's actually, it's not during, it's not a point. It's an ongoing process of the body of relieving inflammation, and every system works better when it's under less stress.
You know, I really kind of felt bad about coming to the 420 games and not participating in any of the games. But, you know, I think the answer is everybody's pretty accepting here. Nobody has really given me too much shit. We've done a lot of interviews. People are excited to share their stories. But I can't say I feel any more motivated.
After going to the 420 games and seeing how much those people like consuming cannabis and working out, I'm kind of curious whether it could work for me. What you're about to see is a custom-tailored cannabis fitness experience just for me. We went to the Dark Horse Gym in San Jose, and they put together the right amount of activation, that's how you say hi in a gym, with the right exercises, jiu-jitsu and boxing, so that I didn't totally fucking hate it. As I hate working out. I hate it. We did the Ganja yoga thing and that was pretty easy. I mostly just like rolled around on the floor. But today we're at this real cannabis gym, Dark Horse Gym in San Jose. And I'm a little nervous because I haven't worked out in like over a month. I know I'm gonna be out of breath. I'm a chronic vomiter when I exercise. And they say that if I smoke a bunch of weed first, it's gonna make my experience more enjoyable, my workout more enjoyable. And then also I'm gonna recover faster. Recover for what? I don't know. I'm definitely not working out tomorrow. I'm just a little nervous that there's some MMA people in there. They seem very intense, like they're gonna get high and then like punch me in the face, or I'm gonna have to roll around on the ground. The general idea of just sweating makes me nervous. So the fact that these people really know what they're doing, I'm quite a bit out of my league, but I guess that's good for you guys. Welcome to Infused.
This is Dark Horse, but it's actually Dark Horse INEX. And INEX stands for Inhale, Exhale, and that is the beginning of a new concept here in San Jose and hopefully all across the United States and one day the world.
So tell me about the concept. Well, what's the idea behind where we are?
A lot of people say, so what is this, a marijuana gym, a cannabis gym? I don't like to use that term because we believe cannabis is a necessity, just like a water fountain, a snack bar, protein shop, but you don't call a gym that carries those things a protein gym or a snack gym. It's a gym. These are essential components. So we're not a cannabis gym, we offer cannabis performance facilitation.
I've heard lots of people say that it's really good for after you work out or for recovery, but I'm a little skeptical about taking a dab and exercising. What do you think I should expect here?
Well, so first thing, the only dabs we offer are the CBD because we feel that that is a safe form of concentrate when it comes to cannabis. Low amounts of THC with wonderful bursts of CBD. Why not? Let's do it. But as far as the activation and focus goes, we only use flower.
You know, back in the day, a lot of people didn't know this, but everybody smoked. A lot of fighters smoked. Frank Shamrock smoked. That was my I was on Team Shamrock. He smoked. He'd come to the gym and just roll us all up even after him smoking. Yeah. You kind of frustrated. We're going, what the hell? He's high and he's beating our asses. Same thing with the Diaz brothers. Them guys smoke. So bottom line, there's the secret is honestly there's a lot of cardio behind it even though you smoke. A lot of people don't believe that.
Let's do some quick cannabis performance facilitation.
Okay.
I'm going to select the Mercerine Humulene package for you.
Cool.
The reason is you told me two things. One, you hate working out, right? So nothing worse than being aware of something that you don't want to do. But yet your desire to be here is there. So sometimes if we shut this off, this turns on, and we listen to this and it tells us a completely different story. And by the way, we don't use the word high here, we use activation.
Okay.
Focus or activation.
Let's get activated then.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a Mercerine strain, okay? It's ready to go, let me double check. And this one, what I'm hoping to do is gonna provide a nice, wonderful, warm sense of relaxation throughout your body. We're gonna take 5 minutes to sit and let it hit you, and then we're gonna start some stretches on the mat.
Feeling activated.
How much cannabis should I consume before I start doing
As much as you want.
As much as possible.
The more the better, I think. it gets a little boring training every day, you know, so sometimes
It
adding
helps
a
you
little something
be less bored.
helps you be a little more creative.
Yeah.
Any combat sports experience?
0.
None.
Well, I did like 5 minutes of jujitsu 10
Super
minutes
qualified
ago.
already then,
Yeah.
that's excellent. So what about sports? Anything like that?
Football, basketball, high school.
Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that you're super athletic.
I am the greatest.
How many fights have you had?
I've had 2 professional fights, 4 amateur fights, and then 1 pro Muay Thai fight.
How much is cannabis a part of that routine normally?
So, I used to smoke a lot more, kind of in college a little bit when I first started training. I had to scale it back a little bit. You know, I was trying to get a job and it was still kind of frowned upon in a couple places. You're gonna get drug tested and stuff. One thing that actually helped me a ton, and not just me, but actually some members of my family as well, is the CBD oil. So after, you know, training 4, 5, 6 hours a day, and literally just waking up in the morning and being, all right, well, there's gonna be people trying to hurt me all day today, and they usually succeed. It's nice to have something to just kind of, you know, unwind with a little bit, help with the inflammation, just kind of relax. Even just going to sleep can be a little bit of a hassle. Your body gets really burnt out throughout the day. And as the fight camp goes on, you know, sometimes we're training really hard, 5, 6 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week for 2 months on end, and your body just starts to break down.
It's not making you a better fighter, right? It's not.
I hate to break it to you, all the kids out there, but smoking weed will not make you like jacked. It's like it's just the performance enhancing aspect.
I don't know, man.
Of it is
I think that's
non-existent.
why I'm so jacked, is because of that.
You look like you've been doing a lot of the weed, sir.
Heavy on the weed. Yeah.
Heavy intake. Gotcha.
Heavy intake.
Gotcha.
Dude, thank you again. How do I get
no
these?
problem.
Let's get these gloves
No, you're stuck,
off.
man. Thank you, guys.
I feel very tired and sweaty, but it was pretty great. It was really helpful to sort of have JP walk me through it. So like he's talking, so I'm kind of more distracted by that. Plus I had the cannabis, which kind of made me a little more excited to get started. I think it just made me, like, distracted me a good amount, especially in starting, where like, I didn't really know what was gonna come next. I wasn't thinking about it too much. It sort of just happened. I think my favorite part of today was just the founder, JP. He has so much passion for what he's doing there. And a lot of people in the cannabis industry, they talk about passion and they say how into it they are, but they just say that because that's the way to appeal to cannabis consumers and ultimately to make money. But JP is not in it to make a ton of money. I mean, I wish him the best, but he's really there just to help people improve their lives, to help them discover cannabis in new ways, help them work out better, feel better working out, not hurt themselves, and ultimately just be happier. So definitely my favorite part, and thanks JP for having us.